first saw bodyguards, the company hired them to guard the Beverly Hills house.
What did you think about that?
You know, that they knew about my dad's connections and had some concern that somebody might want to go back to the house to get something. So they were protecting the house pretty vigorously. I mean, the guards were armed.
Did you hire bodyguards after that, after seeing the guards at the house?
Once I saw the guards at the house and from watching the TV programs, I got nervous and just decided to hire. There was just program after program about my dad's having mafia connections and that why this could be a mafia hit. And I remember seeing could have been a hard copy or one of those shows about this mafia family and where my dad might have fit in and the different things I knew about his business deals in the past that were shady and just programs like that. And it just made me nervous. Then there was a release from the police, although detectives always said it was actually the coroner. But it seemed like the police releasing that it was a mob hit. It seemed like that's where the investigation would go.
But you knew the mafia hadn't killed your parents.
Right.
So why did it frighten you?
Because nobody else knew that it wasn't the mafia, and my concern was whatever my dad's connections were, and I really didn't have as many details as people might have thought, that I was going to be helping the police and was furthering the investigation and giving up information. And I just felt that if my dad was doing something real illegal or if he had some connection that was concerned about being exposed, they might think the sons were just giving it all up to find out who killed their parents. I didn't want to give that impression. I didn't want anything to happen to Eric and I because of that reason. I hired the guards, at least in New Jersey.
How long did you have them?
About 2 weeks or so, just for a short period of time, to see if anything would happen.
Did you, during that period of time, believe that you were followed ever?
We were being followed. The bodyguard driver told me that we were being followed.
Did you believe him?
Yes. And then I believe one of the main bodyguards checked up on it and said it may be the FBI following me.
At some point, did you ask Glenn Stevens to help you out with regard to contacting the mafia?
Yes, because his family actually had mafia connections. He bragged about it, and they did actually have mafia connections.
How do you know that?
Because we went up and met with one of the people who was supposedly in the mob and ran the security company in New York. Certainly looked like he was in the mob.
Did you talk to Glenn Stevens about your concerns about the mafia?
Yes.
Did he offer to set up a meeting for you?
Yes.
Did he tell you something about who you would be meeting with?
Yes. He was a member of a crime family in New York, and that he would be a good person if I had concerns to talk to, since his father knew him very well. His name was Tony Negri.
And where did this meeting take place?
At Anthony Negri's office in New York, and then we went out to a restaurant.
And did you tell him of your concerns?
I told him my concern and that my brother and I were not interested in finding out who had killed my parents, and if he could maybe get the word out that we weren't helping in any police investigations, and if anybody was still nervous about that, whatever my dad was involved in, that we didn't want to know, and we had no concern for that.
Did you tell him you had killed your parents?
No.
When you asked him to get the word out, did he tell you he would or tell you he couldn't?
He told me that he would. I felt better, and then we met again, and he told me that I had nothing to worry about.